Hello, everyone. Very good morning to all of you, and congratulations for making it to the last month of a very interesting year. We are Team Bam Bam, which stands for Brent, Arnab, that's me, and Matthew, and we are here today to present our project that we've been working on over the past 10 weeks. We are drowning in an ocean of internet-enabled devices. They have been growing exponentially, and by 2030, by some projections, we'll have 24 billion of them around us. And the problem is IoT devices collect as much, if not more, of your data than standalone apps or websites. But while there are available tools for analyzing these privacy policies and terms of services, there doesn't exist anything similar for IoT devices because, unfortunately, you can't install a Chrome extension in real life yet. And as these insecure devices and terrible data gathering practices have real world consequences, whether it's like turning your smart home into a botnet for Bitcoin or hacking your Nest camera to threaten kidnapping for your baby. So what we set out to do was make an app with which you could point your phone camera at an IoT device and get a simple and clear explanation of its data collection and security practices. And this is what we came up with. And now let us walk through the process of how we achieved it. We began our project by looking at initiatives that have tried to address these problems previously, and these were some of the examples that we were inspired by. And we leveraged previous ethnographic studies to define two target personas, lazy experts and amateurs, people who care about security but don't want to read a privacy policy, or are looking for an educational tool to educate others about the extent of IoT's data gathering. From our personas, we iterated upon the user flows to create the app. The first flow is where the user can open the app and scan their surroundings to detect internet-enabled devices. And then the app gives the user bite-sized information about the data and the security hygiene of the app that's easy to understand. To create the privacy visualization, we leaned upon the digital standard and the real-time information gathered by ThinkScope, which is a project from our current cohort that you shall hear more from soon. And once we had done this, we also created another flow where in the case that the object is not recognized, user have the option to upload photos of the device so that it can be added to the image recognition pipeline. And once we had worked out the user flow, it was time to build it. And to explain that part of the process, I shall hand it over to Brent.
Hey everybody. So our technical framework has two major parts. We have an iPhone app that allows the users to point their camera at a device and display its information, and an image classifier model that's trained to identify different smart speakers. We chose smart speakers because we have them at home to test on, but don't worry, we keep ours unplugged. So to make that last statement clear, an image classifier is a machine learning model that's designed to take an image of one thing and figure out what it is. The same way your iPhone's Face ID looks at a face and decides whether or not it's yours. I'm emphasizing one thing because these models aren't designed to find multiple things in an image. They get confused on images like the one on the right with both a Google Home and an Alexa. Next slide. So the process for training this model started with getting several thousand images of smart devices and hand labeling them. We spent a very long time doing what you see in the GIF here. So once those images were labeled, we put them into an image classification algorithm, which then learned to identify the smart devices from our labels. So this is where we are now with our prototype. We have a system where we build a data set, feed it into the model, and then put it into an app that can detect the devices from your camera feed and give you their information. Next slide. And getting this far has already resulted in some promising outcomes. We're excited about the potential for others to use the things we've already built. This infrastructure could be useful for artists, security enthusiasts, or just curious technologists. But we want to take this a lot further. Right now, our app can identify Amazon and Google smart speakers, but we'd like it to identify dozens or even hundreds of devices. And we want it to do more than just point at one smart device at a time and tell you what it is. We want our users to be able to find any smart device just by panning their camera around a room. Right now, the app uses an image classifier, which, as I said, can identify one thing at a time, but it can't find every device in your kitchen or your living room just from one image. So that's where object detection comes in. It's a machine learning method that can find multiple objects in a single image, allowing users to find every smart device their phone camera sees, not just one at a time. We've already started working on an object detection model, which you can see in the GIF on the right. While it's still in the early stages, our initial test results have actually been very strong. Next slide. So to move forward with this, we have two challenges. First, working with machine learning on a consumer level scale is technically complex and very compute heavy. Ensuring we have the resources and infrastructure we need will be key. Second, to be able to identify more devices, we need more data, thousands of images that have to be labeled manually. This is our biggest challenge, and it'll take a lot of work. Next slide. So that's why we think Consumer Reports is such a good fit for this project. A company that has access to a wide range of these devices and tests them thoroughly can provide us the resources and information to get a data set of the size and quality that we need. And after that data set is built, by allowing users to upload photos of devices the model doesn't recognize, we can keep improving the model automatically. User-generated images will teach it about new devices without us lifting a finger, and provide a pipeline for finding new smart devices that might not be on Consumer Reports' radar. So with the resources and time to build this project out to its potential, we think we can empower users to know exactly what smart devices are around them and what they're doing with their data anytime and anywhere. Thank you.